Sir Paul McCartney is the latest celebrity to voice his support for members of the Russian punk band Pussy Riot, who are on trial in Moscow after staging anti-Putin protests inside the city's cathedral. He's released an open letter saying he hopes the Russian authorities will support the principle of free speech and not punish the three women. A Moscow judge is expected to rule on the case tomorrow. Our Foreign Affairs correspondent Jonathan Rugman is in Moscow. Jonathan?
John, it's worth pointing out that Pussy Riot are a punk protest group which has not released a single commercial record, and yet they now have a former Beatle, Sir Paul McCartney, saying he will do everything in his power to help them. This, of course, follows the protest that they started in a big cathedral here in Moscow in February, when they burst in wearing colourful balaclavas and issued a prayer, what they called a punk prayer, hoping that Vladimir Putin would be toppled from power. After that, they were charged with hooliganism inspired by religious hatred. A prosecutor said he wanted to give them a 3-year jail sentence. They've already been in jail, these three women, for the last 5 months. And we heard today that the judge in the case, who is a woman, has been given bodyguards because of threats from Pussy Riot supporters.
But now, does the ultimate power to release them rest with the judge or with Mr. Putin? Where's the power in all this? And indeed, is Putin really going to be listening to Paul McCartney?
Well, not just Paul McCartney, lots of pop stars, because this is a real I am Spartacus moment for the pop world, with lots of people like Madonna standing up and speaking up in support of Pussy Riot. The latest to join the gang is the Canadian rapper Peaches, who has released a video and a song with the not entirely original title, Free Pussy Riot. So let's take a listen.
Free Pussy Riot! Church and state separate.
And the lyrics to that song, in case you missed them, are: here's the switch, put Putin on a stick, and play Burn the Witch. To answer your question, John, if it goes down to the judge, well, if you look at the judge's record, in the last 178 verdicts over 3 years, this judge has given only 1 acquittal. But it is, as you say, worth pointing out that the strings in this country are pulled by Vladimir Putin himself. If the sentence is lenient, he could be seen as weak and as caving in to Western criticism. If he is seen as being too tough, well, that has the opposite effect. It could spark more protests, more radical protests, more widespread protests. Though, to be honest with you, I think that in Vladimir Putin's Russia, the protest cat, if you like, is very much out of the bag.
Jonathan Rugman in Moscow. Kathy.